Alright, so today we are over on BBS Simulator because in less than 12 hours time, we are going to get getting the round 2 of the 9th anniversary announcement. Who are the characters going to be? Well, that's what we're here to discuss in today's video. As always, you lads can leave a comment down below on who you think the characters will be. But I do want to preface right from the get-go, unlike other prediction videos, we do actually know who one of the characters are. We briefly spoke about it during our anniversary stream when we found out about it ourselves. So with that knowledge, it is going to, sway on who I think might be in this banner with them. And if you don't want to know that spoiler, then probably don't watch the rest of the video because we're going to talk about it. So if you want to go in blind, step away, come back in 12 hours time, join us as we react to the 3 new characters. If not, well, let's talk about it, right? So let's address the elephant in the room. There's no Rukia. Obviously, that's been the biggest name thrown out about this entire anniversary Rukia. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of shocked that we aren't getting it, right? Very, very shocked. But I'd like to say it's pretty much a given now that Rukia won't be part of the anniversary for a few reasons, and we'll talk about them in a minute, right? But the reason why I'm surprised is because, like, part 1 of the anniversary is Kenpachi and Gumi, right? While not everyone agreed to the character choice, it made sense in the grand scheme of things because this is one of the biggest things to happen in Core 2. And I thought it would make sense to have the second biggest thing, or depending on how you look at it, the biggest thing to happen in Season 2. Have it as round 2, Rukia, Esno, and also Byakuya. And in my opinion, if that was the lineup for this year's anniversary, I would have said, personally, while I'm not like the biggest fan of round 1, combined, this might have been one of our best anniversary character choices. I thought that would have been really cool. But the thing was, looking at what we currently know right now about part 2, it just didn't seem likely. For starters, we know one of these characters are going to be a Brave Battle character, and let's be honest, none of these 3 characters scream Brave Battle material. By default, most of us would want Byakuya to get the Brave Battle treatment, but I don't think they're going to do him dirty like that after his last character was a Guild Quest mid-month character. I highly doubt they would make Esno a Brave Battle character. And again, Bankai Rukia, you just don't make a Brave Battle character, right? So that was the first thing that was telling me, like, okay, Bankai Rukia is probably not happening, just simply because I can't see any of these 3 characters being a Brave Battle character. Secondly, and the most telling thing here, is actually Gates of Oblivion stage 144. Now, we spoke about this before part 1 of the anniversary, thanks to Joel Extreme, where it was potentially hinting at a new character. Because simply put, Gates of Oblivion are designed for new characters, right? This was designed for Ichigo, this was for Bambietta, this was for Menina, and then this was for Candice. But stage 144 wasn't designed for any new character. It wasn't designed for a character in mind that had released within like the last 3 years. Because what this stage wants to do is bring a heart character with the Sorpa affiliation. So we know we're going to get a Sorpa in part 2. They have to be a heart character, and they have to have an Aranka killer, but more specifically, they have to be a range character. Now we know with part 1 of the anniversary bringing us a new speed and also technique character. Prior to the anniversary starting, we had Mugetsu, a power character. This upcoming end of month was pretty much guaranteed to either have a heart character or a mind character. My guess, the most likely outcome would be a heart character, given that Mind just recently got Ishin. So knowing that one of the characters here are going to be a heart character, a Soripa, ranged with a Ranka killer, they're most likely going to be the Limit Breaker character of the month, therefore they are going to be the headliner of the banner. And of course, if Rukia was to be in part 2, she would be the headliner. Would Rukia be a ranged character? I don't think so. So those are the 2 telling things that we aren't getting Bankai Rukia. 1, because I can't see any 3 of these characters being a Brave Battle, and Rukia, who let's be honest would be the headliner, doesn't seem to be a ranged character. So as much as I would wanted a new Byakuya, Esno, and also Rukia, it seems like they're maybe saving that for a bigger celebration or a celebration after the anniversary, like end of year, for example. I'm not really too sure when they're going to release her, but I doubt they're going to release her as a random end of month banner. Now, if that's out of the way, another big reason why we know it's not going to be Rukia is given the one character we know that is most likely going to be in this. This is leaked information. There is a chance it doesn't actually happen, but it's very, very likely this character we are going to see tomorrow. And the character that is confirmed to be in part 2 of the banner is 1000-Year Blight War Toshiro. We are getting a new Toshiro, more specifically though, a Hollow Bankai Toshiro, which honestly, I'm actually really excited for. I already know because this name has been going around in the community the last couple of so days. People are annoyed that we're getting another Toshiro, even though early this year we did get one. I don't mind the idea of us getting 2 1000-Year Blight War Toshiro, this one being his Zanjutsu where he doesn't have Yorimaru. And when this banner came out, when this character got revealed, I think a lot of us were disappointed that it wasn't Hollow Bankai Toshiro because that design of Toshiro Toshiро is actually really cool, and it's also a character you never had in game. Obviously, we didn't get it. We knew we were eventually going to get it, and it seems like this is the time we're going to get that Hollow Bankai Toshiro. And with that in mind, let's be honest, if we're looking at this particular stage right here, a Heart Soipa with a rank killer that is ranged, I mean, low-key, Toshiro can easily fit that bill. So I expect Toshiro to be the headline of the banner, the Heart Limit Breaker character of the month, and he is going to be the character that meets all these requirements, and that's the character Caleb wanted to use here on stage 144. Although by the time the character comes out, you wouldn't be able to even try him in this quest until basically September, I believe. Now, with the idea that one of the characters are going to be Toshiro, let's talk about who the other characters can be. And one of the shoe-ins, I think, for this upcoming banner is going to be 1000 Year Blood War Sajin. Yes, I feel like this banner is going to be the 3 captains that got their powers back at the start of the war, that had their new power-ups, right? So Sajin would make sense for the second character here, and honestly, he's one of the characters that I've been most looking forward to with these 1000 Year Blood War Season 2 banners, right? This character just holds a special place in my heart. He was my first ever 1000 Year Blood War character, and also most importantly, his episode was really, really good. His whole character moment with this particular form is super cool. You cannot not love this character, right? He's such a cool character, and the chance of him being in this upcoming end of month banner seems very, very likely. Unfortunately, though, we'll talk about the potential chance in a minute, it's likely that he's going to be the Brave Battle character. Now, that's kind of unfortunate that is the case because his last character was a Brave Battle character, a character that didn't really age that well. He got replaced within 3 months with Yachiru and fell off super quick, right? I would have preferred, and I'm still holding out hope, that he's just going to be an overall strong SP character, but this character would make sense paired with Hollow Bankai Toshiro, and we know we're getting a Brave Battle character. And the thing is, the character that was data mined, this upcoming Brave Battle character, they're going to have a skill that will cancel out the opponent's buffs and also debuffs, and honestly, that might make sense for someone like Sajin. As much as I'd love for this character to be an SP character, I still do play Brave Battles. And if he does end up being a Brave Battle character, I'll probably be a tad bit disappointed, right? But I'm still going to use the character every day. And I plan to go 25 steps regardless, so I'm probably going to get my use out of him, even if it isn't the type of character I want it to be, assuming that is the case. Now, one more reason why I do believe it is going to be him as the Brave Battle character is just for some reason I've always expected his characters, his remake, his anime character, because I don't even like calling these character remakes. They're anime versions now, they're different. His anime version, I've always expected him to be a power character. It just seems right. And with this upcoming Brave Battle character, there's a very good chance, right, they're going to be a power character because we haven't had a power character in Brave Battles in quite some time. There's another reason for it, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But with Sajin out the way, that then leaves a few other characters, but my guess is going to be Soifon. I feel like Soifon would be the third character in this banner. Of course, her using her Mewtwo Shunko form, and I'm expecting this character to just be an overall strong SP character. Maybe even a Naz character. I really don't mind them going down either way. Just don't want her to be a farmer more so. I will say though, if it is Sajin and also Soifon accompanied with Toshiro, who seems like the likely option here, Toshiro is going to be the Limit Breaker character, right? Without debate, Toshiro is going to be the Limit Breaker character. Right now, it's kind of like 50-50, whether I feel like it'll be Soifon or Sajin. I think Sajin would fit the Brave Battle character significantly more, but the main reason why I do want it to be Soifon, one, because I like Sajin more, but also because I just want a female-dominant Brave Battle team, right? The 2 best Brave Battle characters right now are females, that being Meninya and also Orohime. It would be kind of cool to get a third female, in this case, Soifon. But I don't think that's to be the case. I feel like Sajin is the most likely outcome. So my prediction for this upcoming banner is Sajin, Soifon, and also Toshiro. That, of course, is based on the leak that 1000 Year Blood War Toshiro will be in part 2. This seems like the most likely outcome. And again, knowing that one of them are going to be Brave Battles, knowing that we're guaranteed a ranged Heart Soipa with a Ranka Killer, it seems to be very likely. I'm honestly very excited for this. It's definitely not my first choice. If that was the case, I would have preferred, again, Esdot, Byakuya, and Rukia. But these are 3 characters that I have been waiting for nonetheless anyway, so I'm guaranteed to go to 25 steps anyway. Now, to briefly expand on why I do think it will be the way it is, and why it does also further make sense, right, is the fact that we do know, regardless of what the leaks was, or regardless of the Senkamon stage, we were going to, again, get a very powerful Heart character. Again, Power recently got Mugetsu, Speed and Technique, first part of the anniversary, got Kenpachi and also Gremmy. The Heart attributes, last, like, really good character was True Shikai Ichigo over, like, 7 months ago. And then when it comes to Mind, right, Mind just recently got 1000 Year Blood War Ishin. They also have Yuha. They've gotten a really good character. Heart is kind of next in line to get a powerful character, but if we actually look even deeper, if we look at Limit Breaker characters in particular, right, Heart is basically guaranteed, because you can look at Mugetsu, Ishin, Kenpachi, and also Gami as Limit Breaker characters, so Heart is basically guaranteed. And we were saying it before the first part of the anniversary, Technique was guaranteed to be in part 1, We got that with Gremmy. The second character was either going to be speed or heart, and whatever attribute it ends up being, the other attribute will be in part 2. I called that from the start. We ended up getting a technique and speed character, so heart does seem to make most sense. And again, even the killer aspect too would make sense too. What we do see with characters for Limit Breaker in particular is that Caleb like to give them a range attribute and killer combination that there isn't that many existing characters of. More reasons for you to pull for them, but it also makes it a tad bit more difficult if you don't have them. If we look at Bambietta, for example, she was a melee Aaroniero killer, and of course, as we saw with last month's Limit Breaker, it was quite difficult without her, because look at the other options. It was the same with Paz characters too. We look at Yuha, right? Yuha was a mind melee hollow killer, and look at the other alternative options. There was basically none. So if you were to tell me, regardless of what the Senkamon rules or anything, that we were going to get a hard character for Limit Breaker this upcoming end of month banner, heart ranged Aaroniero killer seems to be the most likely outcome, because look at the options. There's basically none. And at the same time, assuming these characters are maybe going down the route of being, Hollow Killer Plus or Aaroniero Killer Plus, etc., we are in need of a just good character in general for the range Aaroniero guild quest. I'm kind of tired of using 7th Anniversary Ichigo, and he only works when you have him max transcended. Other than that, there's no really good character that can carry a guild quest phase, especially your Nightmare, at 1 out of 5. We had opportunities for that. That's what Rangiku and also Rukia could have been, but obviously, as we did see, they have their problems, right? Rukia's SA2 does no damage in guild quests, and Rangiku's damage output is a tad bit inconsistent due to a, very bad strong attack 1. So yeah, either way, Toshiro is likely the character to be this character slot, a heart character, ranged Aaroniero killer with the sword pit affiliation, and these are the other characters that are alternatives. Funny enough, one of them has been Toshiro. On topic of the Brave Battle character, right? Like I mentioned, when it comes to Brave Battle units, right now we currently have access to a heart, mind, and technique character. They're like the 3 big boys or big girls at this point in Brave Battles. That, of course, being Meninya, Orihime, and also Yamamoto. Technically, we do have Ishin, but Ishin's always been a weird one, right? Power has not had a good, really good broken character in Brave Battles for quite some time, let's be honest. Chad could have been that, but then Chad's always been awkward because the way they designed him, like, he only has Fly plus 1. Nowadays, even when this character came out, a character having Fly plus 3 in Guild Quest, Chad only has Fly plus 1. But then he does have the extra 100%. It doesn't really do much. He's always been a weird one. He's always been like a character outside the meta that still somehow works. Unironically, he's a character that I try to avoid just because of his team boost. And then likewise with Ishin, really cool character given that he is a premium Brave Battle character. Would love to see more of those. And he also did double down on the invincibility meta coming back in. But again, he was kind of like an off-season Brave Battle character. He wasn't one that was meant to dominate the meta like Yamamoto, Meninya, and also Orihime were when they released. So considering that we have a heart technique and also mind character, the only attributes left could be speed and also power, but I don't see them releasing a speed character in this meta given that Orihime does exist. But at the same time, the new thing that we are seeing here is the enhanced soul traits for damage reduction. Meninya was the first character to start this, minus 21% damage taken. Then we got Orihime. In this case, she was the same exact link for the technique attribute. And then we also did get Candice, who's that for the speed attribute. So as of right now, there are 2 attributes that have yet to get that minus 21% damage taken, power and also mind. We're not getting another mind character. I doubt we're getting a speed Brave Battle character, so that means power, I think, is a shoo-in to be this upcoming Brave Battle character. With that character, of course, they can have that new, debuff, buff, cancel. They're probably going to be the most broken Brave Battle characters in the game. They're likely to have Fly plus 3, the usual stuff, persistence, etc. I don't think ignore persistence would be a thing yet, because that wasn't data mined. I'd be very surprised if that was the case. But at the same time, if it is Sajin, I mean, persistence on him would make sense too. Not every skill in a character has to make sense lore-wise, but Sajin is a character that technically was immortal for a brief time. So him having persistence would make sense, and maybe they would make it plus 10 persistence. That'd be kind of broken. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, this character looks broken as is, just from the, debuff, buff, cancel. We don't need to go too overboard now with the other skills, I will be honest. But yeah, other than that, for this third character, who I think is going to be Soifon. I think she might just be a Guild Quest character, or maybe just an overall good SP unit. That's what I really loved about the end of year banner, right? We had a broken Brave Battle character, and then we just had 2 overall very good, strong SP characters that weren't designed for one mode in mind. They were just overall very good in general. I would love for that to be Soifon, right? She can definitely go down any route. She could be a farmer. She could be a normal attack damage character. She could be an SP character. It can really go down any way. Whatever route they do go down, though, hopefully she's just a good character. Even if she is a normal attack damage character, I would love for her to be similar to someone like, 7th Anniversary Aizen, for example. The problem with that is that she most likely would be melee, but I mean, I don't mind. Like, if they wanted to give her guard break, really good range tracking, vortex boost, and also barrier with also the attack boost, hopefully, yeah, I'd be down for it. I don't like knight characters that much, even Aizen, I will be honest. I always prefer my characters just to be SP based. They're overall more fun. It's my more enjoyed and preferred playstyle. But I know there are people out there that do like normal attack damage characters, and I would love for them to get a new shiny character to play with. With that said though, to recap the video, the first character, if you do believe the leaks, is going to be a Hollow Bankai Toshiro, and chances are he is going to be the headliner of the banner, the Limit Breaker character of the month, and also have the new EX ability. And with that, he will have a skill in particular that will increase the amount of damage his EX move does actually do. Now, it's very likely he's going to be a Heart Soiper, ranged Aranka killer. However, there's also a very good chance that he's also going to have an additional killer, in this case, no affiliation. So a Heart Aranka, no affiliation killer. The main reason for that is because the Aranka killer does seem to be a shoo-in, at least one would like to think so. But we also did get data mined information this morning that we are going to be getting the ranged no affiliation Nightmare Guild quest, and the final boss is going to be a mind character, further pushing the idea that this end of month is going to give us a heart character. So it's very likely this character is going to have both a Aranka and also no affiliation, or just no affiliation killer plus. I'm leaning on the side of having both killers. The second character, the character I expect to be Bankai Sajin. As much as I would love for him to be an SP character, I think he's likely to be the Brave Battle unit of the banner, and with that I expect him to be a power character, with of course the new skill that stops the opponents from using a buff or debuff against them. With that, I would like to say a stamina to killer ability is actually likely with this character, more so to counter the current meta, right? Because otherwise Meninya is going to have more killer against someone like Sajin, given that he's going to be a captain. So chances are they can have a stamina to killer, but likewise with the Toshiro situation, we do know that we are going to be getting merely a human guild quest where the final boss is going to be a technique character. So once more, further evidence that we are going to be getting a power character, likely the Brave Battle unit, and in this case they're going to have stamina to killer and also human killer. And that would make sense because that counters the two current meta characters in Brave Battles, Orihime and also Meninya. If not, and they're only going to have one killer, chances are in this case it's going to be human killer. We'll have to see how it plays out, but that's likely the outcome with this character. And in the third character, the character that I think is going to be Soifon, she can be anything. Like a really good SP character, a farmer, a really good no attack damage character, hopefully someone designed just not for guild quest content in particular, because what it seems to be here, right, we're getting Toshiro and also Sajin, a limit breaker and also guild quest character, while at the same time just also being good for guild quest. So I don't want to have any guild quest specific characters, I want overall good characters that are also doubled down as good guild quest characters, like Kenpachi and also Grimmy, for example. But yeah, this third character generally could be anything, a really good SP character, a really good Nat character, their attribute could be anything. I'm really not sure what they could be, but as long as they're a fun character, then I'm honestly going to look forward to it. Either way, that's the video for today. Come back to the channel in less than 12 hours time as we do react to the part 2 of the 9th anniversary. Let me know your prediction in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care, and peace.